Hello again for another review of novelties from the comic books. As you can see in front of me here, I do have, again, my two favorite ones, which are the 7-foot monster ghost and the 7-foot monster robot. After 40 years search, I finally came across this, and I'm actually working on a little special telling the whole story of how I came across this item after searching for it for over 40 years. Guys, if you still, I do have a remake of this product with a more modern day look. It's for sale on eBay, and so is this item, of course. It's eBay, Etsy, and my website. Now, guys, I've been having a little bit of a problem with the website in getting information as to when a person purchases an order. I think in the next week I should have it ironed out. Because it doesn't notify me that there's an order waiting. And since most of my orders are coming through eBay, because that's where I've done the most, that's the situation. Like I said, I don't really look at the site as much, but now I have to because I did have a couple of orders pending on it. And I wish I will. Today what we're going to review is, back in the 1970s, I remember that there was a store called R&S Strauss, and there was one in 179th in New York City in Broadway. And, well, I used, not 179th, I think it was 175th, I'm sorry. And I used to always pass that store every time I came out of school and I was walking home. As I passed it, there was a mini bike in the window, and the price was $149. Man, I begged my mom for it. That didn't happen. Never did. So the next best thing was for me to build my own. And I thought, hey, now being a 7 or 8-year-old kid, how the heck am I going to build my own mini bike? Unless my father helped me. At that time, my father was actually in Cuba, so I didn't have a dad to help me in building a mini bike. My cousins and stuff, they could have, their dad could have helped them and stuff, but in reality, nobody was as affectionate as me in purchasing mail order items. And I sent away for the how to build your own mini bike, and I believe you used a lawnmower engine. So now, if you guys can hear, my voice is a little deep. I caught a slight bit of a cold there. The company that sold the mini bike plans that was more popular at the time, I think, was Power Products. And, well, here is the mini bike plans. They're actually, let me see if I can bring it there. They're actually in what's called 8.5 by 14 inch. That's called legal size. It's not a standard paper, it's legal size. And here, of course, would be a description of what the parts would cost. Now, calculating, it's telling you here that the parts would cost $271.55. When you bring it fast forward to today's day and age, I'm sure that would be a little bit more expensive than that. But anyway, in page 2, here is the layout of how to build a bike. And it says plan number 1. So I'm sure that it had variations of it, but it's a very small plan. It doesn't really, here is plan mini bike plan number 2. So I guess, okay, they're individual plans, each one. This one here, see, it shows you how to build a different type of frame. Here's the frame. Here's where I guess the motor would go, where you would put your feet up, the pedals. Now this is plan 2. I was surprised. I thought it was only 1, but I guess there's different variations of mini bikes you can build. And then last but not least, the last page, go to the last page right here. This is mini bike plans. This is how to build. It says here, brake assembly holder. In reality, I don't see too much instructions of this plans, which goes back to the thing. It's mail order from the 1970s. By looking at this, I think you really have to guess where things go. You have to have a little bit of knowledge. And it does look very simple here, but here it gives you, okay, here's the number guide, and then you're supposed to go here and see what the item is. I really wish they were a little bit more elaborate, like in a step-by-step thing, but it's like anything from the 70s. You bought in a comic book, you thought you were going to get an item that was either a monster bigger than life or not. And then at the end of the day, you kind of got a little bit ripped off. But then again, that's where our life today, I guess all of us out there that follow this channel, collectors of novelties, converge in where we all got gypped off, but yet we die, or we would die to get all those products in our hands that as a kid we dreamed of but never actually got, right? Anyway, guys, I wanted to also show you the company that did sell this. If you see here in the ad again, it shows, a couple of things you can build, like a derby, a 12-inch sailboat, a go-kart. I believe I have the go-kart plans. I need to find them eventually and do a review in the future, because that would have been my favorite. But here is another plan I bought now. Boy Scouts in the early 70s, they always had those Pine Derby, especially in the Midwest, Pine Derby races and soapbox cars and stuff. But anyway, it's a simple one-sided. Now, this is really small. This is like, I don't know, 6x9, maybe 6x10 or whatever. But here is how to build your very own Pine Derby car. It's very, very simple, but in reality, it's a little bit more elaborate than the plans on how to build a mini bike I showed here. Now, I noticed as I Googled tonight, and I was really impressed, there are a lot of sites that dedicate themselves to building mini bikes. One particular guy references, I believe, this plans right here. And I'm going to put a link to it. I could have wrote him and asked him if I could actually have added it to my video. But, I didn't have a chance, and it's not right without his permission to have him on. But I am going to put a link to his channel. I think it's a pretty good build because I think he goes on a step-by-step process on how the mini bike actually gets built. So, guys, having said that, until next week, thank you very much. I want to thank you for taking this trip down memory lane with me today. If you are as passionate about vintage novelties and mail-order treasures as I am, please be sure to check out House of the Unusual for more unique finds. You can see more of our archives and exclusive contents at our YouTube channel, House of the Unusual. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another trip into the world of nostalgic magic. Thank you for watching.